everybody? It's me, it's Alexis Maurice and
Trei Hollywood.
And our friend Di is still hanging out with us, of course, on this episode of The Wine Up. We're having so much fun, we decided to extend this conversation. As you guys know, we are already drinking on some Chateau Saint Michelle, not Chateau Trei, but Chateau Saint Michelle. Some sweet Riesling, Harvest Select. Okay, yes, it's very, very good. So let's pick up. Let's talk about this attack on Syria. So late Thursday evening of last week, President Trump, which I was pissed because they interrupted scandal for this foolishness. Right.
When I
think so. Last week because it was it was here in Atlanta because of the bridge collapse. But what were you about to say?
I was pissed.
But this is national security.
Like I said, I don't care if he got ran over by a bus. Do not cancel or interrupt scandal. I need ABC to know that shit. Like, this is important. I need Rhonda. I need Shonda to have some type. My bad. I need Shonda to have some type of agreement with ABC. Do not interrupt my show.
Ain't happening.
I need this. Like, you cannot. Like,
but what happened was,
you understand how good this season has been?
It's been. I mean,
this season has been.
They had no choice.
Best season.
She had no choice but to make this season drop dead because
it might have been the second best season.
It's season 6, and this is they only have half of the season because they weren't on the first half because Kerry Washington had a baby. But
they weren't on the first half.
They just started in January.
Oh, really?
January or February.
Because I remember, I was like, was she supposed to be pregnant?
Because it was another show that was on.
Yeah, because we got time for those
cameras. No. It was another show that was in place of Scandal.
Notorious. It was notorious. So, the attack on Syria, what happened was on Thursday, President Trump made the decision to fire 59 missiles, if I'm not mistaken, to a Syrian air base, of course.
Now, missiles, Tomahawks. Right? It was Tomahawks? No, what is it called?
It was Tomahawks.
There's a difference.
Okay. He's military, so he knows. But anyway.
There's a difference. Like, okay.
But he decided to shoot some stuff over to the air base, some Tomahawks. 59 to be exact, if I'm not mistaken, to attack that particular air base. Now, President Trump's attack was in response to Assad, which is, I believe, is the president of Syria's chemical attack on his own people. Now, if you guys don't know, Syria has been in a civil war for, I think, like 4 to 6 years. I think over 400,000 people have died. This is the reason why, for those of you who don't know, right? This is the reason why there are Syrian refugees trying to exit that country and to go to other places to seek asylum and to seek, different types of freedoms or whatever the case may be. But as you guys know, the United States, President Trump, has blocked any other refugees from coming in at this particular point. But this is the example as to why President Obama has wanted the Syrian refugees to be able to come here because they want to help them or aid them escape these types of attacks. Now, Assad has a history of using chemical weapons against his people in this civil war. Now, the civil war, they're saying is, it's trying to drive out the extremists, the jihadists, all of those people, the extreme Muslims who are doing all these attacks. If you guys know, over the past weekend, there was an attack in Egypt on 2 churches that during service, of course, there were 2 bombers that came in and blew up those particular people. But President Trump wanted to send a message to the Syrian government, per the agreement that President Barack Obama had with Assad. They're not supposed to use any chemical weapons. Those chemical weapons were supposed to be destroyed, but as we see, they haven't been destroyed.
So there was a treaty between.
Right, exactly. And so therefore, there were images that, of course, made it across the world of children particularly. There were a lot of children who lost their lives in this chemical attack. And so President Trump sent a message, and he, sent those missiles over to, over to Syria. When you guys heard about this, how did you feel? Or do you actually support President Trump's efforts to actually send that message?
I was like, well, it's a couple things I said. Here's another Republican starting the war. I said, here go Donald Trump making another dumb decision. And I said, Barack Obama brought our troops home, and now this motherfucker about to send troops back out.
Right.
With some bullshit. Now, because like you said earlier, wasn't he against it?
Cool. Yeah, so at one point in time when, President Obama was contemplating, 2013 to be exact, when he was contemplating attacking or, missile airstrikes and things of that particular nature against them, Donald Trump was actually against of course, President Barack Obama doing it, saying that we have bigger fish to fry. We need to focus more on ISIS and destroying ISIS versus, worrying about what Assad is doing over in his country. But people believe that Assad's actions are driving ISIS and things of that particular nature as well as Russia being in cahoots with Assad and supporting what Assad is doing, which has led to the tensions between Russia and the United States now, because Russia feels that it was an aggressive attack that was unnecessary. And today, actually, Russia and Iran, if I'm not mistaken, have issued a joint statement saying that if the United States attacks Syria again, they will retaliate. So now President Trump has actually sent more naval fleets over to the, I think he sent it to what sea or something. He sent some naval forces, and North Korea is acting up too, or whatever, because the North Korean president actually sent some missiles. He did a test. But he also is standing with Russia and Syria, saying that United States actions against Syria was an aggressive attack. This was unnecessary.
This is what bothers me when stuff like this happens, because it's not the United States. It's that
here's the thing,
fucking idiot.
Here's the thing with that. So we have the most powerful military in the world. Mm-hmm. No questions asked. We have to be that person. We have to take up for these little smaller countries, because if we don't, then people think they can have control over us. Mm-hmm. And we have to stand our ground. We have to make that statement, and we have to help that country. We have to help Syria, because even if they retaliate, listen, that little tiny country ain't got nothing on the United States. It would suck for us to get an attack and lose people, but at the same time, they don't want it, because Iran, Iraq, all those countries around would reap the repercussions of Syria attacking us, because we would have to retaliate, and it wouldn't be nice. It's going to be a missile, not no tomahawks.
Nuclear.
Tomahawks ain't nothing compared to a nuclear
The heat
war
that the United States will bring in a case like this. And that's what a lot of people are criticizing Trump, because he told President Obama to save the powder, the missile gunpowder, for something else. Now, President Trump, what I noticed about this situation is a lot of people, surprisingly, who are in the military, to me, actually supported President Trump's actions to send that message. Now, what we've learned is that we thought that he might have wiped out a good portion of the air base, because the air base that we attacked is allegedly where the chemical weapons were stored. Apparently, we haven't wiped out the air base because it was back up and running within 24 to 48 hours. But to what you were saying earlier, it sent a message.
Yeah, Tomahawks aren't nothing. It's like it just ruffles feathers. It's like it's just sending a message that, hey, listen, clean up your mess, all right? Because if you don't want it, pretty much. Right. If they would have sent one missile, they would have been wiped out.
So a lot of people, were saying, well, is this changing the United States strategy when it comes to allowing the Syrian refugees over? And President Trump and his administration has made it clear that we still aren't letting them over, but we're not going to allow you to just, kill off your people and kill off innocent children in the name of whatever agenda that you are attempting to push. A lot of people said that it's a very complicated situation, and there's a lot of different layers to what we don't know about. I know when I found out that the air base wasn't completely taken out, I was like, well, damn, what was the whole purpose of the attack? But just like you said, and my friend Gene and a couple of other people said, that it's all about the messaging that we're sending to these people. We are a world leader. And, some people feel, well, why does the United States have to be the one to send this message?
And I used to be one of those people, like, why we got to get involved in other people's business? But we have to, because we have to let people know that, hey, we're the ones that's in control of all this, low key.
Now, a lot of people were upset also with President Trump because of the way that he did it. Now, when I say the way that he did it, now, you guys know the president of the United States is the commander-in-chief, okay? Now, he does not have the power to declare war. Now, when this broke out, a lot of people said, oh my God, we're going to war, we're going to war. It wasn't a war. He did not declare a war. He wanted to send a message. And he has the right to do that in the name of national security. He can send troops into an area or wherever to protect, national security, the interests of the people. But when it comes to declaring war, that has to be approved by Congress. Now, also, some people were saying that he didn't have the right or the authority to launch those missiles without approval from Congress. But what I've learned is that he did have there is a certain amount of people in Congress that has to be, what has happened is that he did meet the minimum requirements.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened.
But some people saying this is Trump. He probably would have did it whether he had the approval or not.
I mean, that's possible.
I kind of feel that he would have.
It's possible, but I don't think. I think people watch too much TV. We watch too much Scandal. We watch too much House of Cards. I think anything can happen. Listen, that man went through the channels to make sure that he was able to do what he did.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with this story. Like I said, it's very, very tense in the world right now. I hope that the tomahawks or whatever you say or whatever, it doesn't lead to further.
We said the airbase is back up and running, right?
It is back up and running, but I'm fearful that if Assad launches another attack, chemical attack or any type of attack on his people, but also not just Assad, but North Korea right now too, because they're defying, the agreement of their treaty and things that take a particular issue with the UN. You got two fronts right now that we're kind of potentially about to battle on two fronts. That's ridiculous. I mean, it's scary to me. I don't want to see, friends like you or my other friends get called into active duty because we're about to go to war again. Because a lot of people are saying that there's a lot more going on with this Syrian story that we know of. That all of the optics haven't been revealed, especially since the airbase wasn't damaged like we thought it was. Like, what else is really going on here? What else is Trump doing? And a lot of times, the media spins these stories to make it seem like the United States is justified, but just like with the war in Iraq with President Bush, after the dust settled, everybody was like, what the hell are we here for? And look how long it took us to get out of that situation. So we'll see what happens, as this, develops. What do you guys think about this? Do you feel that President Trump was valid or he did the right thing by attacking and sending those those tomahawks over to Syria, of course, to send that message? Or do you think the United States should have just stayed completely out of the situation? Because people are saying Flint still doesn't have clean water, but we sit here worrying about what's going on over in Syria. But international issues are not that easy. It's not that easy.
The thing about Flint and the water is that Flint is a city. That means they got a city with funds, and they got a state, Michigan, with funds. That's not a national.
It's not a federal
problem.
issue.
Yeah, it's not.
But a lot of people feel that the federal government should step in. If people were getting poisoned.
But if it was that easy, then that means that certain states wouldn't be able to legalize gay marriage because of.
Doc, come on now.
It's the same.
I get what you're saying.
The states.
And that's the whole separation. When it comes not only just church and state, but the whole separation of powers when it comes to local, state level government and federal government.
Let's send letters to the governor of Michigan and talk to him because he's the one with the knowledge and with the resources to fix that problem.
Okay. How many months has this been? How many years has this been? They still don't have clean water.
Like, what
at some point, what?
They're probably building new lines. They probably have to build new lines.
No, but there's no plans of any of that stuff. Like, what does it take for the government to say, okay, enough is enough? But that's what Republicans are against. Republicans are therefore limited government involvement. A lot of states don't like the federal government coming in and saying, you got to let these gays get married. Or you got to send this.
You don't want that.
But at what point? I mean, think about put yourself there. If you were a resident in Flint and you know that your state government, city government is corrupt.
I'm moving.
And my children, I'm getting poisoned, but it's not easy for people.
Because let's say I got a house there and I'm paying a mortgage.
Right. It's not that
easy. I'm going to move and still be paying my mortgage there?
But after a period of time, I would expect, okay, this is national news that we don't have clean water.
Right, like it's syndicated.
The state funds comes from the federal, some state funds come from the federal government. I would expect my president to step in and say, I'm not tolerating this. Fix my water situation. It's not right.
I mean, he could have influence, but if you watch TV like Scandal and House of Cards, you see that these states and these governors, they don't have like the president don't got no control over those particular states.
Yeah.
So, but he have influence. He can have influence. He can talk to them to see like, okay, where we at with this problem, and try to influence and try to like help them figure out what's going on and how they can fix the problem. But
it's sad. But all right, so rumor has it, Phaedra Parks has been fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Rumor has it she's been fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So how did you guys feel? Season 9, Do you think Phaedra deserves to be fired?
No.
No.
Because she brought a lot of drama this season.
There's a difference between bringing drama and bringing lies and deception.
But we're tuned in, though. We're tuned in and we're ready for this reunion because we're going to see what's going to happen to Phaedra.
Because they're going to rip her to shreds, and I condone it. I agree. I uphold everything that any of them do because, well, how do you feel? Do you feel that she should be fired?
Nope.
Why? Because she brought drama?
No, I feel like she brings a dynamic to the show.
Mm.
And she brings positivity. See, y'all only thinking about. Hold on, let me finish you. That's my opinion. Outside of the messiness that she may have, outside of the lies, she also supports the Black Lives Matters. She also try to encourage the whole things with young
Yarn.
But with all those yarns, she also yawns. With all those yarns, she brought drama too, and she brought reasons for us to tune in the next week on the show.
Y'all was saying that she was boring. Now she brought mess. Now y'all want to go.
So here's my history with Phaedra. I liked Phaedra first season when nobody liked her because if you remember, she was lying back then. She when she was pregnant. When she was due. Y'all remember all that?
I mean,
she always lies. Right. I love it though because she always get caught up in her lies. Because she lies on the show, thinking that okay, girl, we gonna see that reunion.
Right.
You gotta, everybody's gonna see everything at the. Why are you lying?
She brought a lot of drama this year. I do. Now, do I think she should lose her job? I don't think no one should ever lose their job. So I don't think she should lose it. But I think she is getting a dose of her own medicine because she has lied over and over and over this season. Okay? And you can roll your eyes and you can suck your teeth. You can do whatever you want to do on the other side of that table. But Phaedra is getting what she deserves. Y'all talk so much shit about Candy all season long.
So
Candy is... No, she's not. Those people involved Candy in all of their mess this season. They gunned for her. And I stand by Candy. I stood by Candy all season long.
No, I don't think she was
Yes, you did. You said last episode. You said she should leave.
No, I think she should leave. I think she should be fired.
Why do you think she should leave?
I'm sick of her. I'm sick of her.
What are you sick of Candy for? Why?
So why is it outlandish for you?
So if I was able, because we talked about this on last night, and I put some thought into it. If I was to put a cast, I would go ahead and keep Phaedra and Portia, of course. Bring back Kim and Nene. Keep Trei. Keep Candy.
I can do without Nene because the season did well without her.
No, it did. I'm not saying that, but I just want the originals. I can
pass on Portia too.
Nah.
Thank you.
Portia don't bring it to the table.
Can we toast?
What's her storyline?
Exactly. What's her storyline? What is it?
She has a storyline.
A bag of rocks. Another bag of rocks.
I was happy when she came back to the show, but I can do without her.
Clearly, Candy's storyline was Portia's storyline.
No, everybody made Candy their storyline this season. Truth be told. Yep. People can say whatever they want to say about Candy, but Candy to me has been ride or die and very loyal to Phaedra through this whole event.
She's really upfront and straightforward.
Exactly. And she did keep Phaedra secret. But when Phaedra get out there
and the receipts that she had, and those receipts that she had,
I said Candy's a
no, I didn't bring that up. Who does that?
Okay,
I don't think anybody's ever done that.
You brought those receipts, but
she had shit printed out.
But then you asked didn't answer the phone call. Portia was trying to call you the whole time.
Why would she answer the phone call?
So when she texts you,
just like she
you want to print out the receipts.
Why would I hold her?
Because when did Portia call her? When they wasn't filming.
No, it don't matter when it wasn't filming or when.
Don't trash my name and my reputation on camera, but then call me after the fact and try to smooth things. Oh, it don't work like that.
Whatever.
And if we ever make it to reality TV, don't you ever pull that shit on me. Don't try to say all of this stuff on camera. Well, you know, I'm just that. Hell no, you're not gonna do me like that.
I was hoping that phone broke.
Why would you want to wish that on me?
Because you said that you want me to get dragged off the damn plane.
I do want to see you get dragged.
See, that's what I'm saying.
No,
don't worry about what I got on my finger.
Oh wait,
that's not what we talking about. That's not what we're discussing.
He's engaged. But we want to thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Wind Up. Again, thanks, Di, for being here with us today. We enjoyed you. We definitely want you to come back again. Please make sure that you like this video. Please make sure that you like this video, okay, on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, comment, and let us know how you feel. And we will see you guys on next episode. Ciao.